Hi, my name is Liam Edwards. My pronouns are he, him. I'm 25 years old. I'm auditioning for the role of Tom and Ant. And this is my favorite book at the moment, Healing Through Words. It's so great at discovering yourself, like looking within, but also it allows you to do that, but then also use it in a way to write short stories, like using kind of little drawings you fill into the book, or little prompts, little questions about yourself. And when you answer that, it then prompts you to be able to write a little short story based on something you've drawn, or something that you've come up with by answering a question. This is my favorite book at the moment. So Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur, I think that's how you say her name, or his name, not too sure. But this book honestly changes my life, and also changes my creative process with acting or writing, anything. Just it's an unlimited pool of stuff you can draw upon from within yourself. So this is a book I highly recommend.
Desire is the thing that grips. The base animal of your body can never be sated, it can only want. It is a foe that must be mastered, must be enslaved before it enslaves your immortal soul. Comfort weakens, opulence corrodes, but only a very few fall into the way of sin because they seek wealth or great power. No, the net that ensnares good men is baited not with precious gems and fine silks. It is baited with the promise of normality, the promise of being just as your neighbour is, to be no better or worse than the next man. It is this desire more than any other that binds and constricts. It is this desire that holds you tight to a false body on a false earth. Bloody hell.
Filthy habit.
Oh, I mean, each one just brings you a little closer to God.
Hi.
2 free days in a row, how lucky am I?
You must have worked some kind of miracle.
They actually teach us in seminary, how to summon beautiful women out of thin air.
Now, what possible reason would you have to do something like that?
Warm today, isn't it?
Hot as the 8 hours. Sorry, I'm so sweaty.
Oh, don't apologise. I'm sweaty too.
One of these days, I'll remember to act like a lady in front of me.
Oh, don't you dare.
Hey, I got you something.
Vesna Skrabanja.
You heard of it?
The name rings a, distant muffled bell.
Yeah, she was a poet.
I see that.
Don't get smart, alright? All she wanted to do was write poems, so her rich parents thought she was mad. This was the 1650s. They sent her to a nunnery up in the Zagora. They wanted to reform her. She escaped, made it back to Dravengrad, fell in with the anarchists, and started publishing her work. For a couple decades there, she was one of the most celebrated writers in all Zol.
And then what happened?
The Empire invaded.
That's it?
I think you'll like her stuff. There's a lot in there about the clergy, good and bad, but also a lot of everyday feelings and experiences too. Like shame and resentment and lust, and how it all intersects. It was considered extremely risque for its time.
I better not let Vanka cast me with this. She'll have my head if she knows I'm reading anything about lust.
Is she that bad?
No, no, not really. She's put up a tough front, but beneath it all, she's a sweetheart, I'm sure. These days, most of the zealots are starting to realise that the gods just want them to be kind. Well, most of them, anyways. You know what I like to do when I get a new book?
Tell me.
If it's a sunny day like today, then I like to walk to the milk bar, order a sandwich and a mead, then I walk to the lake. There's this really beautiful maple tree that I sit under and I just read as much as I can.
Shall we?
Let's go. I mean, they make these unbelievably sandwiches for a place like that. Let me just lock up.
Not too many days like this one, huh?
The leaves are on the poplars.
Yeah.
Already turning.
Yeah.
What is?
I don't know, it always makes me feel kind of blue.
Oh, I like it. Turning of the season. What's that line in the Epistle of Saint Francesco? Like, though one day too will lose my last leaf, I will still be home to squirrels and birds. In spring their young will see me born again.
You just quoted scripture,
I'm an educated man, Tom.
but I've never heard you quote scripture before.
Am I such a blasphemer? Should the words turn to ash on my tongue?
I'm impressed. That's all.
I'll take it as a compliment. The mass this morning went well then?
Yeah, well, 3 days always quieter than Wentworth Day, but Stanton's like it.
Good old Stanislav. You know, I went to school with his youngest, don't you? Like, Arajan.
The one who drives down the high street on his tractor?
That's Adam.
Oh.
Arajan lives in Devnagrad now. An electrician, last I heard. I mean, damned a waste.
Oh.
He was so pretty, Tom. Like, you should have been there in the theater, like, in the movies, in my bed. Did you hear that they want to decriminalize me?
You personally?
Me and my fellow inverts. I heard the Attorney General speaking on the radio yesterday. The time has come to be rid of this antiquated imperial era law. He was quite impassioned about it, the big fairy.
You don't think he's really...
An acquaintance of mine in Zagreb had some very compelling testimony to indicate as much.
You know, I might go easy on sodomy, but I'm quite certain that gossip and slander count as sins.
You can just add this to my tab, dear Tom.
That must feel good, though. Vindicating. Having someone in Parliament advocating on your behalf.
The Prime Minister will shut him up post haste, I'm sure. But yes, it does feel good. Would have been difficult to imagine before the phenomenon. I suppose you get up to a little mischief yourself in your seminary days. All those lusty young men locked away together.
And what am I meant to say to that?
Simply say that alongside all those hours studying history and theology, you spent 8 years having clandestine, illicit, homosexual sex.
You're a pest.
Really though? Not even a little?
No, not me. Celibacy. I swore about it.
So you don't even...
Maybe if we drink another bottle of this mead, then I might contemplate answering that question.
Just look at that. Right on cue. That was pretty good actually.